Happy Sunday, boo. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. I pray that blessings are on you. Let's get into this message. Baby, I can't say I'm a little hyped. My energy is hyped because the last video I recorded, which is gonna come directly after this one, baby, that Holy Ghost fire. Anywho, the message I heard is better not pull up, better sit. I'll take him up out of here. Okay? That's the message. That is the message. That is the message. And God said that with some authority. Okay? The scripture comes from the book that I am currently reading for my personal Bible study, Wisdom 7 and 10. Where's 10 at? That's 8. That's 9. That's 10. Okay, I loved her more than health and beauty, and I chose to have her rather than light, because her bright shining is never laid to sleep. All good things come to me with her, and innumerable riches are in her hands. So here's the message. God said, for whoever this is for, use wisdom. Okay, use wisdom, use wisdom, use wisdom. This is something that I always practice. You know what I'm saying? This is something that I always, whenever I get ready to do something, it don't matter what I'm doing. And even if it, like, to somebody else, it may seem silly, it may seem crazy, it may seem like it don't even make no sense. I use wisdom. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And we serve a God that don't just do stuff willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? When he do stuff, it's planned out. Like, we may not know his plans. And we don't know his plans sometimes because so the enemy don't know his plans. But that don't mean that God not planning stuff out. So what am I talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like in anything. And I'm literally anything. Even when you are cooking yourself something to eat, you got to plan and prep. You know what I'm saying? You got to cut up whatever vegetables you got to figure out. You know what I'm saying? You got to thaw out. If you're going to have some meat, you got to thaw it out. You got to, you know what I'm saying? If it's something you getting real down, you know what I'm saying? If you really getting down, like how I used to when I was a pescatarian, they don't really they don't sell shrimp broth. At least they didn't out, what is that, out west. I couldn't find none. So what I would have to do is get the shrimp with the shell on, peel off all the shells, take the shells, boil the water, make my shell broth, take all the shells out, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll be able to cook whatever, regardless if I'm going to make me a little jambalaya or if I want to make me some gumbo or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? When you really got to throw down, when you really plan on throwing down like that, you know what I'm saying? It takes time. Just like when you making a gumbo, it's gonna take time to make some roux. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? While I'm making my broth, I'm gonna go ahead and get my roux together. You know what I'm saying? Got to get all the seasonings in there, get the butter in there. You know what I'm saying? Stir it up, get it brown, and then pour that broth in there. You know what I'm saying? And then get that going. Get whatever vegetables that I didn't cut up. I didn't already cut up the veg. Got to put the vegetables in there, and then you gotta get that going. Then throw the shrimp in there, and you know what I'm saying? Make sure the rice is cooked. And baby, I'm just saying for whoever this is for. God said, you know what I'm saying? Whoever this is, somebody that they may be plotting on you. They thinking about what they gonna do, and they gonna do this, and they gonna do that, and they gonna do all these things. God said they better think about it very thoroughly because he is not playing with them. Period. Behind you. He not playing with them behind you. He is not playing with them behind you. They need to use wisdom. Use wisdom. This literally can go, both ways. Even as you, the viewer, use wisdom in anything you do. Don't put yourself in a position to where you doing something and you ain't even really thinking through. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't think things through. And I'm like, once again, being reminded of the other message. There are some people that will sit around and plot on people and they gonna do all these things to this person and they ain't thinking it through. And they don't know as soon as they do that, they gonna have to eat that. Because now they gotta answer to whoever ride for that person. And they may not know them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't finna sit around talking about all the people that ride for them. You know what I'm saying? I know me personally, I don't. You know, it's not a situation where I'm finna sit out and name off every single person that I know. I'm not. Regardless if they in Houston, they, you know what I'm saying, off in a different city, a different state or whatever. Like, why would I do that? But it don't mean that it ain't gonna happen. It don't mean that it's fictional. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean that I'm just coming up with stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't have no problem coming up on here with being who I am. You know what I'm saying? Being my authentic self. I don't have no problem talking about my past. I don't have no problem showing my pictures because it's a reason that I do not feel any kind of way when I decide that I'm going to go somewhere by myself one day. I don't feel no kind of way. It's not a situation where, you know what I'm saying, I'm worried, I'm stressed out, none of that. And I just feel like for whoever this is for, God say you have to use wisdom when you are doing stuff. You have to use wisdom. And you have to use wisdom no matter what it is. And, you know, even me personally, it's not to say that I am invincible because I am not. You know what I'm saying? And I still use wisdom. If I feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's time for me to go, I'm going to go ahead and go. If I feel like, nah, this not my kind of vibe, I'm not going to stay. I'm not going to go there. But I just feel like for whoever this is for, both ways. When you got what you got going on, use wisdom. And you know what I'm saying? Anybody that's coming against you, if they decide that they gonna come against you, like, I just feel like God is saying, don't live your life in fear of what somebody may do, what they thinking about doing, what they might do, why they may do it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Use wisdom. You know what I'm saying? In all that you do. And when it comes to them, if they decide that they not gonna use wisdom in all that they do, they gonna have to deal with it. And that's the message. I loved her more than health and beauty, and I chose to have her rather than light, because her bright shining is never laid to sleep. All the good things came to me with her, and innumerable riches are in her hands. God said, like, for whoever this is for, one thing that I have been learning from wisdom, like, you know, like I said at the beginning, this is a book that I'm currently reading right now. Like, currently, I was reading in wisdom last night. Wisdom is so much knowledge. Like, you know, Wisdom of Solomon, for those of y'all, you know, but it's so much knowledge in this book. And the gist of it all is be smart. You know what I'm saying? Think. Like, I just feel like it's just like, think. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be doing stuff. You know, like, don't just be doing stuff, because you never know how you can do something. Like, some people can think that they just doing something and you offend somebody. Even when it comes to me getting this tattoo covered up, it's not a situation where, yes, it's my body. Yes, I'm the one that made the choice to get the tattoo in the first place. The first one that was there, and dot. But it ain't a situation where, you know what I'm saying, I just got this tattoo covered up and I ain't even, you know what I'm saying, let the person who name it was know. I let him know. And I was real about it. I was honest about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a situation to where he gonna do something to me because I got his name covered up. But it's a respect thing, because y'all know how people talk. And some people will talk and they'll see me out. They know me. You know what I'm saying? It's not a situation where people that know him don't know who I am. They don't know of me or nothing like that. And they gonna be like, hey, she did that. You know how people are. You know how people are. And that's exactly what I thought. I said, I would prefer for me to tell you than for somebody else to come to you and tell you that I got your name covered up and they adding a bunch of stuff to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real. I just feel like for whoever this is for, use wisdom, okay? And use wisdom and use wisdom some more. And use wisdom. Use wisdom. And that's the message. I literally feel like that is the message. Sometimes when people, like, they make decisions and they just doing stuff. And I'm being reminded of that movie, what's the name of that movie? That Disney movie. It is, man, it's the movie where they going back and forth from the future. I forgot the name. Meet the Robinsons. And Meet the Robinsons, the person that was the villain, that was like his old roommate, you know what I'm saying, Goob, and Goob was upset because you know what I'm saying, he didn't like the way his future panned out, but you know what I'm saying, versus his roommate's future. But in reality, like, you know, as we learned, this fly is about to get on my nerves. It been getting on my nerves since last night. Last night I was gonna get it and it hid, and I got my little zapper, but I can't reach it right now. Anyways, um so Goob was upset because his future did not turn out the way he wanted to. What he failed to realize, the reason his future did not turn out the way he would have liked it to, is because he was too busy worried about his friend and how his future, like he was constantly looking at him. And that's the only reason ain't nothing good happened for him. Goob was, you know, the kind of person, he like making lists, but he ain't really think nothing out. He's just doing stuff. He never really actually put forth effort to execute his plan in such a way that it made sense. And, you know, in the end, he realized that. So I just feel like for whoever this is for, use wisdom. Use wisdom in whatever you do. And you know, some people they do stuff like that. They think about, they want to do something evil to somebody, and they got their little plan together. They done made their little checklist, and in reality, in the end, it don't turn out the way they thought it was, and it don't turn out the way they thought it was going to turn out because they ain't thinking through. And they just got to the end, and then it's gonna be destroyed, and everything is gonna tear apart, and I'm gonna ruin such and such future. And just like in this movie, he kept on focusing on ruining what was his name, Cornelius's future, the other little boy future. And in the end, he ruined everybody's future, including his. You know what I'm saying? He ain't thinking through. He didn't really think it through. He was only thinking about what he saw in the, you know, how do I say, in the present. And he thought about, okay, if I do these things, then this is gonna happen to the future. But you know what I'm saying, everything not gonna stop at that. You know what I'm saying, what about what's gonna happen after that? You know what I'm saying. That's just like, you know, in situations where I done seen people, you know, run up on the wrong one. You thinking, oh, if I run up on them, I'm going to beat them up, and that's going to be that. And then what if you run up on them and they can fight? Then you getting beat up. What if you run up on them and people that you thought wasn't with them is really with them, and now you finna get jumped? You know what I'm saying? What if you run up on them and you don't know what they holding? I just feel like some people, they don't really think it all the way through. God is saying to somebody they a villain, but they ain't thinking it all the way through. They not thinking it all the way through. What if you start messing with somebody and you don't know who they know? I personally have been in situations where somebody was trying to mess with me. It was a situation, somebody was trying to kidnap me, baby, but they didn't know who I knew. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I just feel like when it come down to it, some people, they don't think it all the way through. They don't use their head. You don't know who you don't know who. You don't know who people know. And I'm thinking about the song, that what did he say? I think it's Petey Pablo. He said, everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You don't know. And because you don't know, you better think it all the way through. And because you don't know what's real, you better think it out. Like some people, they just be doing stuff. And they be thinking that they can just do whatever they want to do. And then when somebody check them, they feel like that person is wrong. They don't understand what happened. When it all falls down, they looking around and they don't understand, and they don't understand, and they don't understand some more. God saying all the things that you do, use wisdom. Even when it comes to me, I'm the kind of person, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna sit around arguing and fighting with nobody. I'm not finna sit around causing strife and causing war over this, and we gonna cause a war over that, and we gonna, like, even in the art of war, you learn if you read it. You know what I'm saying? You'll learn if you take out the time to read it. You know what I'm saying? Some people, y'all like, read. You know what I'm saying? You'll, even what I'm doing with wisdom, read. You'll learn that when you use wisdom, you have a better outcome. Like, some things is not even worth fighting over. Some things ain't even worth arguing over. Some things not even worth going back and forth with somebody over. Like, the swords of war is more of a problem than just saying, you know what, let's agree to disagree and keep it pushing. And that's just being real. It's much better to make a friend out of your enemy than to sit around fighting and quarreling with somebody, and you ain't doing nothing but losing after losing after losing after losing, because the spoils of war are much worse than just you know what I'm saying, agreeing to disagree with your enemy and accepting the fact that maybe they just gonna have a good life, and that's okay. And maybe if you can accept the fact that they gonna have a good life and that's okay, you can also accept the fact that you can possibly have a good life. Baby, this fly, I swear this fly is a spawn of Satan at this moment. It keep messing with me. It does not want me to get through this message. But anyways, like I said, the spoils of war are far worse than making peace. Period. 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 But that's the message. That's the message. That is the message, and that is the message. Like, even where it says, all good things came to me with her, and innumerable riches are in her hands. I just feel like for somebody, they are not realizing the amount of blessings that they could literally have if they would just leave you alone. They don't even realize how good things could be if they would stop. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that people don't realize when they are practicing witchcraft, they don't realize that every time they do something that's intended to be evil towards somebody else, it actually comes back on them. They don't realize it, especially if the person is covered by God. They don't realize every single attack that they intend for somebody else, to hit somebody else, to hurt somebody else, it's going to come back on them. And in reality, they are going to look up, even if the person end up stubbing their toe, even if they trip, even, you know what I'm saying, even if they fall a little bit, it's going to come back and it's going to bite them, and it's going to bite them in a way they weren't expecting. And then they're going to look, they're going to turn around and look, and they going to come to find, baby, where's my swaddle? They're going to come to find that the person they was trying to attack is still good. They're going to come to find that the person that they try to find is still good. Did I get it? Did I get the fly? I heard anyways, they gonna come to find that that person is still good. They gonna come to find that that person is still good. Just like I keep hearing this thing pop, but the fly is still going. Anyways, but I feel like that's the message for whoever this is for. God say you will come to find that if you go ahead and use if you use, Lord have mercy, if you use wisdom, you will find yourself a way better off than if you insist on trying to fight and quarrel with somebody that you don't even really just gotta fight and quarrel with. You don't really just gotta go back and forth with them. It is possible for you to let them do their thing while you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Just like this fly. I would leave this fly alone. I wouldn't even be trying to shock it right now. It would be like it could go to any other part of the room, but it wanna be right here, and then on top of that it keep trying to get in my face. And it's messing with me. Like if it wasn't messing with me, I wouldn't even care. But it want to be all up, like, get away from me, Mr. Fly. Anyways, okay. I just feel like for whoever this is for, like, that's the message. God is saying, like, this person, they would be much better off if they would just leave you alone. They would be, like, they would have blessings. They would have riches. But because they keep focusing on you, you know what I'm saying? That's why the money is dwindling. And for some of y'all, this is somebody that is paying people. They trying to pay people to hurt you. They trying to pay people to cause you harm. And they trying to pay people to do this, to do that. All the money, you know what I'm saying, that they are spending trying to cause harm to you, it could be in their pocket. But because they insist on trying to set you up, and because they insist on trying to call this one, they trying to call that one, they trying to do all these things, that is the exact same reason why they don't got no money. They would have money if they should have kept their money. Like, they gonna be in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking about that movie, what is the name of that movie? Be Cool. Okay. And Be Cool, where old dude, I forgot his name. Forgive me because I know he is a famous character, but not a famous character, a famous actor, but I forgot his name. But anyways, the main character of the movie, he just doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He decides he don't want to be a movie director anymore. He decides that he wants to have a music label or something. He wants to get in the music business. Okay, so he ends up like meeting up with his friend. And I think like the friend ended up getting taken out by somebody, and then he was there, so they trying to get him. But the only thing about it is, they missed, first of all, when he was standing outside, clear open, you know what I'm saying, open target, the gun jam. And then they sent somebody to his house. But the only thing about that is somebody else like that wanted the artist that he had. They sent somebody to his house, and they basically took out, the guy that they sent took out the person that was sitting in the chair instead of him. So they end up saying, hey, you got the wrong guy. You got the wrong guy. And you know what I'm saying? I remember his name was Joe Luke. Okay, I remember that character's name was Joe Luke. And he was like, that's not my problem. You know what I'm saying? I still need, he like, first of all, you need to pay me the rest of my money. And second of all, you need to go ahead and give me another advance. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that to say whoever this person is, every time they not going to accomplish what they want. Like, there are some people that they are so stubborn and they really think that they are God, and they are not. You are not God. You do not have, you know what I'm saying, the authority to say who is going to be here and who is not. Like, there are people that, you know what I'm saying, took multiple shots, got multiple wounds, had multiple, you know what I'm saying, they then got jumped by multiple people, then been through this, then been through that, then been through the third, and they lived from it. Me, myself, the accident that I was in, I can't stunt. Like, they didn't think that, I was even still with the living, to be real, when they walked up to that car. But they walked up and I was like, get me and my baby up out of here. And you know what I'm saying? It was shocking because in reality, like I've shown the pictures, her truck fell directly on the driver's side of the car. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? If somebody was trying to put some work on me, if somebody was trying to send some witchcraft my way, they was trying to send some evil my way, it failed. It did. It failed. It failed. And I have had people put stuff in my drink that was supposed to take me up out of here. But as y'all can see, I'm still sitting right here. I'm still sitting right here. When God say no, you know what I'm saying? I've had that happen to me more than once. When God say no, it's a no and it's a hard no. When God says no, it's a no and it's a hard no. And there are some people in this world that they're so stubborn that they will try over and over and over again. And they don't even realize every time they do some kind of harm to you, all kind of calamity is falling on both sides of them, all around them. It is completely, possesses them. That evil spirit just pushing them and riding on them. And they just gonna keep getting madder and madder and madder. Because even like in all the situations that I've been in, when somebody tried to take me up out of here, when somebody tried to do me some kind of harm, when somebody tried to set me up or whatever, and I done been through multiple situations, scenarios, all that, guess what? Every single time, God blesses me double for my trouble. And I'm saying that to say it ain't gonna do nothing but make the person that thought they thought they had you. They thought they had finally accomplished their little mission. It's going to piss them off. They're going to get upset. They're going to get bothered. They're going to get frustrated because not only did they fail and lost out on whatever monies, whatever it is they sacrificed, they lost out on that. Not only did they lose that, but on top of that, you winning. I'm saying this to say, okay, long story short, some of these people need to use wisdom. They need to use their brain. God bless them with the brain. But instead of them using their brain, they steady doing the same thing over and over and over again. And they keep getting the same outcome. It is insanity to do the same thing over and over again, thinking that maybe this time you're going to get a different outcome when you just clearly are not. Whew. And that's the message. And for whoever this is for, God said he wants you to use wisdom as well. He wants you to use wisdom as well. Whatever it is that you have going on, whatever it is that you are doing, whatever it is, in all the places that you go, in all the people that you encounter, use wisdom. Use wisdom. Use wisdom. Use wisdom. Use wisdom. And that's the message. Whew. This is a long live. I was not expecting that. But that's the message. You know what I'm saying? Use wisdom, and you will have innumerable riches in your hands. Okay? Things like good things will come to you. Good things come to those that are wise. This thing. Okay, good things will come to those that are wise. Good things will come to those that use wisdom, that use their brain. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you in school, you know what I'm saying? You use your brain and you pass your classes, good things come to you. You get your diploma. But if you are somebody that you are silly, you know what I'm saying? Even just like that, you know the fly trying to mess with me, I know it know that I'm trying to get it and it's trying to come towards my face. I'm going to use wisdom. I'm not finna hit myself in the face with this thing. But anywho, anywho, use wisdom in all that you do, and you know what I'm saying. That's the message. That's the message. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. That's the message. I feel like I have covered what needs to be covered in this message. God is saying when you use wisdom, you are going to see the outcome that you desire. You're going to see that positive outcome. And for those that are coming against you, when they use wisdom, they will actually see their life start to look the way they want it to. But if they carry on deciding that they're going to do this and they're going to do that and they're going to do all these wicked, evil things, they are going to continuously find themselves in a position, in a situation where they are not able to, accomplish what they want to accomplish, and it's because they too focused on you. Just like, in the movie, if Goob would have, that was his name, if Goob would have just went ahead and focused on himself, he would have saw not only that other children liked him and wanted to be his friend, he had potential, but because he insisted on focusing on his roommate, and he couldn't stand having a roommate that would be up all night and making stuff and doing stuff, and eventually, you know what I'm saying, right after that moment, he ended up getting adopted anyway, so he wasn't even his roommate no more. He caused his own destruction. He caused all of his own problems, and I just feel like that's what whoever this person, they are, their hatred for you and their anger is causing their problems. It is what is causing them to be so miserable. It is what is causing them to be going through what they're going through. If they would just leave you alone and focus on themselves, they would be happy. But because they insist on worrying about what you're doing and being worried about what you have and being worried about what you got, that is why they are so miserable. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of times this comes from control. Sometimes it's a situation where somebody want to control somebody else and they get upset when they can't. Oh, well, too bad, too sad. You can't control everybody. Like I said, some people really think that they are God, and they are not. They in for a rude awakening. When they, you know what I'm saying? When their time comes, they're going to be in for a rude awakening when they find out that they are not God. You know what I'm saying? And if they refuse to repent and turn away from their wicked ways, not only are they going to be in for a rude awakening finding out that they are not God, but they going to also be in for a rude awakening realizing that they ain't going to heaven like they thought. And that's just being real. And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? And I like that's the message. God said they need to use wisdom. Even with that, you know what I'm saying? The way that you live your life. Are you using wisdom? Are you actually seeking God? Are you seeking the Father? Are you doing things that will make the devil proud? If you're doing things that will make the devil proud, baby, you can't even possibly think that you're going to go to heaven. That's a fairy tale. And that's just real. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, they be really trying to do little get rich quick schemes, and they gonna do this, and they gonna do that, and they gonna put all this stuff together, baby, and it just like, it's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. And it's stupid somehow. And that's the message. That's the message. That's the message. You know what I'm saying? It's never been a situation where I have shockingly been blessed with a crazy amount of money that I felt as if it just came out of nowhere, regardless of if it's when I found a lot of money or if it's when I hit the lottery or even through my settlement. None of these situations were situations where I literally planned it out and I was like, this is what's going to happen and this is how it's going to happen. It was just I didn't expect it. I did not expect it. I did not, even with my accident, the police were trying to say everything was my fault. And glory to God, there were several Several witnesses. They kept coming saying, uh-uh. It was several people that said that they would stand on the stand for me and give their and say what happened. You know what I'm saying? And like it was a situation where the lady that hit me, I don't know, what I'm saying, she rich or whatever, but the cops was trying to cover for her, even though her alcohol levels were so high that she went to jail. Okay, but for whatever reason, they decided to try to say it was my fault, which is just absolutely preposterous. It's crazy. But anyways, that's the message. You know what I'm saying? You never know what God will do. Even in that situation, another thing I'm going to say, the people that were directly behind me that ran up to my car, firefighters, what is it called? EMTs, nurses. These were people that actually did something. Like somebody had a fire extinguisher in their car. That's the kind of flex that God will make when somebody think they about to do you something. That's the guy. That's how amazing God is. That's how wonderful God is. That's how glorious God is. When somebody tries to put something in my drink, I remember 2 times, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna end it. The first time I was out at a club and the bartender put something in my drink. As soon as I took a sip from the drink and I tasted it, I put the drink back down and I went out to my car. I don't remember what happened, but I woke up in my car. My car was in a ditch. And there were police officers and firefighters standing around. And I was like, whoa, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And I started trying to bag my car up and they said, hey, stop. Okay, stop. We got to toe this side. That's it. This is no. And they were in shock. And they said they was standing around, you know what I'm saying the words, saying prayers for me, because they thought it was done. They did not think that I was still, with the living. They thought that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if the impact knocked me out or if but anyways, that was a very traumatizing situation for me. And the other time that I remember, somebody gave me a drink, and whatever it is that this person put in this drink, it was so strong that I couldn't move. I have not ever just had one drink and been put in a position to where I can't move. That I knew it was something. There was something in that drink. There was something. I didn't know what, but something. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I couldn't move. I couldn't even talk. I couldn't do nothing. And the crazy thing about it is I ended up just sitting there for a while. And I was just staring at the ceiling. I couldn't move. The person that was with me was concerned, didn't know what was going on, because I don't think that, I don't think they knew that this person put something in my drink. But you know what I'm saying? That was kind of irritating. They was getting mad because they was like, why you acting like that? They thought I was playing. I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And eventually they realized that I wasn't. They actually started getting concerned, you know what I'm saying, trying to make sure I was good. Fell asleep, woke up and was good. Shocked. Okay, the person that put something in my drink, shocked and appalled. Couldn't believe that I got up. Couldn't believe the next day I was walking around and moving around and just doing my thing. But you know what I'm saying? When God have his hand on your life, it don't matter what somebody is planning. It don't matter what somebody is plotting. God is going to make a way out of no way for you. You know what I'm saying? I could really sit here and go on for hours telling stories of times where God showed up and showed out. Where situations where I was legit kidnapped. Situations where somebody was trying to kidnap me. Situations where somebody was trying to set me up. I could go back to back to back telling y'all about the glory of God and how God don't play. So for whoever this is for, use wisdom in everything that you do. And understand that when people try to come against you because they are not using wisdom, 9 out of 10, they don't even realize it, but it's not going to turn out how they expect it. It's not going to happen what they thought was going to happen. It's not going to happen. Even in these situations where I may not have been using wisdom like that. You know what I'm saying? I probably shouldn't have took no free drink from the bartender. I probably should have just took my butt home. You know what I'm saying? I probably shouldn't have even went to the club in the first place, because I wasn't even at the club. I was at the after hour, okay? And I don't know if y'all have after hours where y'all live, but you know what I'm saying? I was at the after hour spot. This is the spot you go to after 2 a.m., baby. And I should have really just stayed my butt at home, but I decided to go out anyway. But anyways, I just feel like, for whoever this is for, use wisdom. But these situations right here, y'all see the fly trying to attack me. Okay, the fly don't want you to know this one, but let me tell you a secret. Sometimes even when you not using wisdom, God still will pull up and show out. Period. 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 God will still pull up and show out. God will still save you. God will still show his might. He will still flex on people that think that they did something, they doing something, or they gonna do something. And I don't know who this is for, but God said, use wisdom in your comings and your goings. But in reality, this situation right here, your enemies don't use wisdom, because one thing they think is, they just think everything is going to go as planned, the way that they planned it, and it's not. They think that ain't nobody going to come and save you, and that's not true. Even if it's God himself that come and save you, even if God himself sent angels to save you, even if God himself just having his hand over you, God will show up and show out for you, period. And whoever these people are, they will have to deal with the repercussions of the Lord. They will have to deal with him. But he said he gonna save you. I don't know. He said he will save you. They better sit down and they better stay there. God said they better not pull up on you, and they better sit down, and they need to leave you alone. And that's what they need to do. Because if that's not what they gonna do, they gonna have some problems. And that's the message. What they think is going to happen, that's not what's going to happen. How they think it's going to go, that's not how it's going to go. You know what I'm saying? They thinking this going to... You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. I'm just being real. This book right here, the Bible, is so full of stories of people that was just minding their business. And then here comes this person messing with them. And here comes this person trying to come against the children of Israel. Or this person trying to come against the tribe of Judah. Or they doing this, they doing that. And then out of nowhere, they end up getting taken up out of here by somebody they thought could not do anything. Somebody they thought would never even hurt a mouse. Somebody they thought wouldn't even be able to get, you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't even hurt a fly. Wouldn't even do this, wouldn't even do that. And that person go right upside their head and it's over. Baby, God said, whoever this is for, this person, they really need to leave you alone. They will be best off. They will be better off. They will be better off if they leave you be. They will be better off if they find something else to do. They will be better off if they use wisdom whenever they do come up with little plans. And you know, the wise thing to do would be to leave you alone. That would be the wise thing to do. They would be so much far better off if they would just do their own thing. And that's the message. That's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces. And for somebody, you know what I'm saying? If somebody is watching this and you plotting on somebody right now, God said this is your warning. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces. God says this is your warning. It's your warning. It's your warning.